Hi Luxury Home Show, my name is Des Ewing. I'm an architect. I specialise in new build residential properties, and I'd love you to see my new build in Beaconsfield. Come on, head in. We have the living area. The focal point is this magnificent marble fireplace. The centre line of the pool is on the centre line of the island, which is on the centre line of the gravel path. I love symmetry. Before I give you the full tour, I wanted to show you the gates. The entrance is very often forgotten. Usually I said the digger driver does it. These pillars are designed to be in keeping with the chimney. The gate itself just gives you a little hint of what is behind it, and the colours and materials are the same as the house itself. Cobbles on the floor give it a very nice quality feel. This is a really super area we're in. Whenever I came to the site, first of all, it was very evident the house was going to have to be demolished. It was a very long, narrow, energy inefficient house that really wasn't in keeping with what people need nowadays. This is a neoclassical house. George and Emma, our clients, are Australian, and they're on for building something very modern. Sometimes houses that are very modern, Australian houses, don't really suit the UK. This house is neoclassical, and that means it has a grandeur, a symmetry, a proportion to it that gives it its charm. An elegant house, a simple house will be timeless, and this is what we wanted to achieve from the front of the house. It incorporates then more modern elements which are at the back of the house. We're going to see that in a minute. If you have a symmetrical block, you can then be asymmetric. We have a little asymmetric block to this side, which is set back a little bit. It breaks up the scale of this. And then to the right-hand side, we've got the garage. The garage is always difficult to make look right. Here we've given it some stone, we've given it a little bit of texture, and we've got accommodation over the top of it, and it is secondary to the main house. Garages are always very difficult things to deal with because traditionally styled houses didn't have garages. So this garage is styled more like a coach house. You can see the arches that we have that are recessed slightly. You can see the little bit of glass above it, just softens it so it doesn't feel like just a big garage door. We've also got a stone which is from Donegal. It's to fit the colours of stones around here. Gives it that texture. It doesn't feel like it's a garage. It feels like it's a secondary building to the main house. Differences between it and main house are the eaves. This has got a very simple eaves. The fascia is a little bit big here. I would have had a little bit thinner, only missed that on the day. But on that house, we've got much grander details. If you look at eaves are really important in a house. That's really how you see the quality of a house. This house has got a moulded eaves that means it's very clean, it's very elegant, it's very fine. Around the windows, we have plaster mouldings. They have a vertical emphasis to emphasize the height of the building. And then we have a string course which is set at high level to make the ground floor of the house feel much taller than the first floor. It gives it that real high ceiling feeling inside. You're emphasizing that as you go along. The slate itself is a Brazilian slate, which is much cheaper than a Bangor blue slate, which would be conventional. But it's got a little bit of warmth. It's got a little green tinge in, which just softens it a little bit more than an actual slate, and certainly an awful lot better than a Brazilian slate, which looks like a man-made product, but actually isn't. But it's a very simple, clean, sustainable house in that all you got to do is paint it, and the rest of it stays very clean. As you go nearer the house, you start to see the detailing of the moulding. The curve catches the eye. We want people to go through the front door of the house. It's got a little bit of shelter, which makes it inviting, and then it's got the detail of the door, which is very layered. The house itself also features timber sliding sash windows either side. They're painted black, which is a little bit unusual. And the colour of this house, the warmth of it, is so good in the grey skies that we're going to have in the UK. It's an inviting house, but it has got that grand sort of feel to it as well. The secondary parts then are set back a little bit. You'll notice the eaves are slightly lower as well, so they are secondary. This is the main event. Also, we need a back door at the front, but we don't want to be noticed. The back door in this case is set back in. You can hardly see it, but that's the door that the client will go in every time. But if you're coming here, first of all, you want to go in the front door. That's why it's in front of you. That's why it's been emphasized by this. That's why it's inviting. The detail of the door itself is very three-dimensional. It feels like the traditional old heavy doors. Absolute quality. This is something that is made specially for this house from a joinery works. It's also got a quarry tile, which is an old salvage floor at the base of it here, just to give that texture so it doesn't feel like a new house, because we are taking traditional elements here and adding it into the modern house. We want to give that sort of texture to it. Little seats at the side of it, just again to make it more inviting. And then we're through into the house itself. So this is a surprise. As you come in, you don't get a hint of this from the outside. It's that dramatic double height space. We want to create a little bit of drama in here. We want to have something that just is a spectacular height, but also is a circulation route for the rest of the house. The big lights, which are hand blown, made in Czechoslovakia, come in and fill the space. We need something to come down into the space because it is just such a big space. And one thing about big spaces like this, and you can maybe hear the echo in my voice, and we'd now put in probably acoustic ceilings in here. I'm aware there's not a lot of furniture in here just yet, but that echo can sometimes be very annoying to the ears. But it is about height, it's about the staircase, it's a consistency of materials from the timber floor to the timber staircase. It's traditional form with the open tread staircase, but it's a modern detail, the steelwork, the timber, the handrail. It's all just a modern interpretation of a grand traditional hallway as we come in. And all of this leads into the main event, the main living area. Let's have a look in there. So here we are, the kitchen living area with a great connection to the garden. This is where it all happens. This large space is broken up into several small spaces. At this end, we have the living area. It's set back a little bit so you don't walk through it. It's like a little bit of a cul-de-sac, a dead end. The focal point is this magnificent marble fireplace with slate inlay, super large flues required to make this draw and to make it work. But it just means it's just got that absolute quality, beautiful proportion and feel. Cozy seating area with lamps, nobody walking through it. Consistency in this house is very important, from the timber floors to the black windows we have to the black crittle glazing. These are super. They're from a company called Fabco, who are actually early, not like suppliers to be early, but these guys came in, did their job, fitted it, went off, and it's worked very well from here. I love the look of them. They tie in very well with the traditional sliding sash windows, but then they've got a modern feel, which works very well with the back of the house, which has got that more modern Scandi edge to it. I love them. I think they're timeless. And as we come in are some of the lighter spaces that focus onto the garden. With these seats, just look straight out onto the garden, which people do frequently because it's such a beautiful garden. But these two spaces are used all the time before we move on to the dining area. This is the dining table, which is supersized because this is a supersized space. It needs to have that. It's got plenty of space either side of it to make it so you flow past it. It's not going to be in your way. Little bar adjacent to it. But this makes this a really popular space. This house is probably one of our most popular on Instagram, and it's to do with this space, this kitchen, living, dining space, where everything happens and you have that great connection with the garden, a great garden to look out on. I think that's why it works so well in this case. Such an amazing and unique table from a German guy who must be a bit mad. He uses chainsaws and flamethrowers to create this. But it means it's super durable. You don't have to put mats on it. This is going to be here forever. It's absolutely beautiful. With super comfy chairs from Frau Fritz, which are very good. This is made locally by a company called Goodwood Interiors who did the kitchen as well, so we'll come to it in a minute. It's a little bar area. It's very subtle because it ties in with the kitchen, ties in with the colours we have here, set back a little bit, and it works very well because it's adjacent to the table. Above this table is this amazing installation by Floss, which just lights the table perfectly, grabs the attention. Super space. Now, let's go and see the kitchen. So the kitchen. What a scale of an island. It has to be for this size of space. This Calacatta marble, 4 meters long, really hard to get. It's so beautiful. But the main feature is this super big window. The client did not want a hood over the hob. So we have this Bora kitchen that brings it out below, works really well. It means you've got this really bright space. You've light coming in from this side, then you see right down into the house itself. Beautifully clean, concealed kitchen area here, little mini kitchen for your toast, etc., fridges, etc. This is built by Greenwood Interiors, who I love, and they're a local manufacturer, and we'd love to support the local manufacturers. Super slick kitchen, handleless. Look how long it is here with this fine reconstituted stone top. Archie light, designed by architects in Melbourne. This is the feature along this side. Look how slick it is. Look how it turns into the slick lines. But in contrast to this, then we have this feature, which is in the black, tying in with the rest of the house. Hides away all the messy bits. It's really important that we've got a bit of cleanliness in this house. That means you can make a mess in here, then close it up. So everything looks slick and great here, whereas all the messy bits, they're in here. This is our pantry, utility room, all the herbs and spices, all the things that are sitting around. You can leave a mess in here and then just close the door by sliding this hidden door across. It's all forgotten about. So now we're getting to the back of the house. This is the connection to the garage. You can come straight into the house, a little place for cat food. The staircase takes us up to the accommodation over the top of the garage, which can be for staff, guests, whatever you wish. This is the back door, which we looked at earlier, which you can't notice because it's set back a little bit. Adjacent to the back door, you walk in to your left, you've got Cloakroom, a little toilet, shower, bring the dogs in, whatever. Then you go going straight into the house. Off it to the right, really amazing wine. To the left, a little office, which is really useful, probably one of the most used rooms in the house, where post is put and computers are used, etc. And that's right next to the door that leads us back directly into the kitchen. So this area of the house that we're moving into is the most used for the family. You've got the kitchen, you have a dining table, and you have this wonderful day bed, which is used so much, especially when the sun is shining and these windows are open. Great place to fall asleep, that's for sure. Now we've got the smaller dining area here, and then that gives us access out into the garden. So now we're into the most used space in the house. People love being outside, but they need a little bit of coziness in this country. That's why we've got a roof on that. We've got a ceiling that's got a detail on it, detailed patterns. It's got a lamp coming down the middle of it. It's got a pizza oven here. It's got sound. It's an external room, that's why people like it. It's located in the house in an area that's going to get sun as early as it can and the last of the sun. And people just like to sit here. They like to sit in front of this fire because it's such a beautiful feature. Limestone, great scale, traditional feature, bit of texture. Works really well. A little step down into the rest of the garden means the leaves don't blow into it, leaves it feeling like a little space on its own. Now we've got into the garden. Our canopy is single story, projects out, located to get the best of the sun. The house itself has got the same neoclassical sort of feel to it, but cradle doors at the bottom, lots of glass to connect outside, a nice seating area is broken up so that we don't have a large expanse of paving at the back, and then we're straight on into this bowling green lawn, the greenhouse, and all the planting at the back of the garden. The element that connects the back of the garden to the house is the pool. The centre line of the pool is on the centre line of the island, which is on the centre line of the gravel path and finishes with the gable of the greenhouse. Connection between front and back creates more of a space in the middle of it. I love symmetry. Herringbone paving, lovely gentle texture to it. Continuing on the centre line, estate railing. We're now moving into the garden at the back, to the water feature, and the greenhouse beyond. Perfect symmetry again. Vegetable garden looks like a garden. Look at these. We're through then to seating areas. You can sit at the back here and look at the beautiful house. Beyond that is the basketball, because this is a family home. So as well as it looking good, it's got to be practical. So down this corridor, this is the secondary bit, the bit you don't see when you're coming in through. And that's because we've got our cloakroom and our toilet, bits you don't want to see when you come through the front of the house. We've also got our study, which acts as a little snug, a little cozy snug, which is a contrast to the large open spaces we have at the front, and then the kids' playrooms. I love these doors, 2.7 meters high, 54 millimeters thick. They just feel like a Mercedes, made by Murphy Joinery in Northern Ireland, the same company that made the sliding sash windows, which are made out of hardwood. Fitted by Ross Kyle, who are the builder. They also did the panelling around the edges of it. Gives a traditional sort of feel. But what really makes this is the height. Ceilings are 3.5 meters, windows are practically the same height. It just gives you that tall, elegant proportion that everyone loves, and lets light go deep into the house. Always works. Multifunction room, study here. This is the Snug. There's a bit that the family are going to live in, lovely and cozy. One bit I love, these curtains, the way they're hidden behind the cornice, really neat. One of the challenges of the design of this house is the staircase. Because the floor-to-ceiling heights are so tall, plus the thick floor, means we have to go up almost 4 meters. It's a lot of steps, very daunting if you're going to do it in one direction. Here we've broken it up with 2 half landings, makes the staircase look better. It also makes it easier to go up. This wing we'll be coming back to in a minute, but first we're going to have a look at the principal bedroom, which is just this way here. This is the lobby to the principal bedroom. Bedroom's over here. It means it's away from all the noise. It's really simple, it's really stripped back, it's just for sleeping. Dressing room here, ensuite here. The two of them connect. Let's go ahead and have a little look. So this is the ensuite. Some ideas are borrowed from the Beaverbrook Hotel. The floor tiles, the marble. The bath is too big. Here's a little mistake. It's just too big. So much water, it just gets cold. Super big shower over here, and that's where all the communication is done of the house. Everything happens in there, and then you're straight through into the dressing room. This has got a Scandinavian feel to it, and that's because Emma was a designer in Denmark. Also, this was made by Goodwood Interiors. The oak is always timeless. It's going to be something that's always there. The sash windows at the front, a little bit of sheer at the bottom, so you can still see out, but nobody can see in. It's a very efficient layout, lovely and clean, dead simple. Then we're back to the suite again. So as we leave the principal suite, upstairs we have an additional bedroom with ensuite. Also got a really good gym up there as well. And then we're into the most important room in the house, the laundry, in the middle of the house. Look at this. Here we are, laundry on the first floor. It's what every house needs. Why bring the clothes up and down where this is where you're going to be wearing them? This has got a real Scandi feel to it as well. It's got the machines at mid-level, hanging space. And probably the best feature, the super deep sink. Always good, never thought about, stainless steel. Now we're back to that triple height space we talked about before. It also connects to the upstairs. Over to the second wing, we have another couple of bedrooms, and then we're going to connect to the garage. Kids' bedroom, good and bright, desk, storage, ensuite, and that lovely Scandi brightness. And now at the front of the house, another bedroom. You can see the ceiling heights are slightly lower here, but we've still got that cornice detail that runs throughout the house and the sliding sash windows. So sometimes it's hard to get a window in an ensuite, and people worry about it. But when you put a roof light, like we have in this room, it gives you beautiful light. You can electrify it to ventilate it. You can put a blind on it. It works really well. Gives you more wall space to work with. So don't worry about not having a window in your ensuite. So now we're above the garage. This is the guest suite. Little living area here, tucked in kitchen, bedroom, dressing, great sized ensuite. Everything you need for guests or staff. Thank you Luxury Home Show for coming in and having a look around. I hope you enjoyed it. I loved showing you around. If you want to see some more of our projects and you like this one, have a look at desewing.com or check out our Instagram. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Hi Luxury Home Show, I'm Josie Lywood from Q Design House and welcome to my home in West London. Let me show you around.